So apparently there were some tweets about this that people got upset about. Somehow I have not seen them. I have made sure not to see them. I saw that on 31 Thoughts that Elliot and Jeff were talking, are like friends of the show. I skipped that. I was listening to the Steve Dangle podcast. I saw it. I skipped it. So what are these tweets? And like I have some things about the WHA because I heard that there was some stuff about that. But like, what is this? What were these tweets?
So they're from our two. They're one of them is I can't think of more of a favorite reporter of mine. The Leafs. So there was an argument going around, and I think it was honestly the worst day to have the argument. And it's not about what he said. Like we can have an argument about whether Patrick Marleau should be in the Hall of Fame or not. Like that's a separate discussion, unrelated to what was happening on this day. It's the timing of the tweets.
It was a discussion. Okay, sorry. Go on. Yeah.
No, it was just that there was a discussion on Twitter. Like when that the cesspool of Twitter starts a discussion,
okay,
and then it gets built up. So this is Steve Simmons' tweet: Hart trophies 1, Gretzky 9, Howe 6, Shore 4, Ovi, Lemieux, or Clark Morans all 3. Marleau once finished 9th in Hart voting, which is true, but it's not the point, Steve. It's just, why are you doing it on this day? Why?
Because he wants the clicks. Also,
I know.
This happened a few years ago too, but it's not at this extent because it's Marleau still playing. But I'll give another example of who is someone that he is in the Hall of Fame, but he never really had the individual awards either. And that's Dave Andreychuk. And he's been someone too who's been known for longevity. He's the one who, doesn't always have those huge point seasons, but he is certainly someone where when you think about it, it's like, okay, yeah, like what he's been able to do over his career, he deserves to be there. But I don't know, that's a weird argument because I don't know, that's, like the straw man argument, where like, of course you're going to start with Gordie Howe and Wayne Gretzky and then like, gonna go like down, like go even like lower to like it's not. It does like these like weird comparisons that they just shouldn't be made.
Hey there, here's the best player of all time and the best player before him, and let's compare Patrick Marleau. Like, listen, you need to really think about what it means to play a game in the NHL and what that takes in your life. Then you have to think about doing it more than any other person. And this thing about his games played in the WHA. Do you want to know who the leading scorer in WHA? By the way, for those of you who don't know, this was a league to rival the NHL in the 70s. It didn't last a decade. You want to know who the leading scorer in WHA history was?
Wayne Gretzky?
No, he didn't play in it.
I thought he did.
Did he? I don't know if he did.
I don't know. Okay, I apologize.
Wayne Gretzky.
Who was it? I'll search it up, and then you just tell me who it was.
Andre Lacroix.
Oh, yeah.
He had 798 points and 251. Those are goals. 798 points. I can't see his games played. God damn it. Oh, no, I have it on Hockey DB. Okay, so in 551 games played in the WHA, he had 547 points. That's pretty good. His NHL totals, he had 198 points in 325. Gordie Howe played in the twilight of his career. Now, when he came back to play, I think it was that last season in Hartford, Daniel? He still had like 40 points. Gordie Howe, ladies and gentlemen, is 7th all-time in WHA scoring at 508 points, 4 more than his son at this point in his career. They are not comparable leagues. His WHA stuff does not mean a thing. And so what if he left? Yager left. He could have done this and could have scored so many goals, and he'd be at 2,000 points right now. He didn't. I think did Yager break 2,000?
No, he didn't. He's almost there, but because he's still technically playing.
Like, we've had this argument before. This could have happened. Well, it didn't. Like, why do we have to take it away from Patrick Marleau? I don't get it. Like, I hate using this term. I think it's overused sometimes. Have some respect.
Oh, well, there's one more tweet, by the way.
Okay. What's this one?
Gretzky did play in the WHA. He had in 80 games, he had 46 goals and 110 points.
When was this?
870, 879.
Before Edmonton got him, yeah.
I was going to say, was this the Oil Kings then?
It was, so I think he was first with the Indianapolis Racers, and then he was in that same year. I don't know if he was traded or not. He was claimed in an intra-league draft by Edmonton, and he played the rest of the season with the Edmonton Oilers. And
a reminder that the Oilers were then absorbed into the NHL. And that's why Wayne was never drafted.
Yes.
So
yes.
Calm down, people. Calm down about whatever.
I always had this too. When people had that argument, with wins and shootouts and records, it really affected me too when they had that debate about there's no more ties.
Whatever.
The second tweet is from Rosie DiMano of the Toronto Star. Milt Dunnell wrote 11,000 columns for the Star. I'll never catch him, but if I were to reach 10,999, I'd stop. There's much to admire about.
Whoa! Hold on. Restart that.
So Milt Dunnell, I'm assuming he was a columnist for the Toronto Star, wrote 11,000 columns for the Toronto Star, which is a lot of columns, by the way.
That's a lot. Yeah.
If I'll never catch him. This is her writing the tweet, by the way. I'll never catch him. But if I were to reach 10,999, that is one before 11,000, I'd stop. There's much to admire about Patrick Marleau as a hockey player and as a human being. Not this respect.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Hold on a minute. So this person is mad because Patrick Marleau continues to play hockey.
Correct.
And continue to do the thing he's loved.
Correct.
The thing he's been amazing at for so many years.
Correct.
To the point where he is still at this age considered a useful player. Even at 41, he is still good. Obviously not 30 goals, 20 goals anymore, but she's saying,
her? Yes.
She's saying that. Okay. So here's the thing I hate about stuff like this is, can we just leave Gordie Howe alone? Rest in peace, my man. Do we have to bring him out to just be you know what Patrick Marleau doesn't have? Respect because he played NHL games. Are you serious?
We're also not going to forget about Gordie Howe.
He's one of the best. He's a top 5 player of all time.
Yeah.
That's not a debate. Are you serious?
His name is literally Mr. Hockey.
He's Wayne Gretzky's favorite player. What are you doing? He defined an entire one of the first, I never shut up about this. In Bobby Orr's book, Gordie Howe is deitized in it. What a bad take. That's awful. I mean, that's awful.
There's always these records that are in, even in hockey or other sports where I think if it wasn't for the games or if it wasn't for someone, I don't know, who has passed on, it wouldn't be the same debate. For example, a lot of records have really been broken the last 10 years in the NBA.
Mm-hmm.
And there's nothing like this. Steph Curry, out of respect for Reggie Miller and Ray Allen, stop shooting your 3-pointers. Or again, and I've said it as a joke, but it's a real meaningful thing. When Martin Brodeur broke the winning record, Patrick Waugh was at his game.
It's Gretzky wants Ovechkin to break his goal scoring record.
What's the point of having records if you shouldn't break them? Isn't that a quote? Isn't that a really good quote?
Yeah, if records are meant to be broken.
Yeah.
LeBron James is literally in the top 3 or top 5 of every single record right now because he just keeps on playing. And it's not he's undermining Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Magic Johnson, John Stockton or anything.
He's not he's not at the top of his game, but it's not like he's playing just to play. This isn't like bringing a guy back and playing him again. Like it's
Yager.
like it's not him coming back and saying, you know what, I just want to beat the record to beat the record. I don't
Patrick
think that's
Marleau no, Alex. He's spitting on Gordie Howe's grave apparently.
I've never met Patrick Marleau. I've only heard outside accounts from the team when he was here, but he doesn't seem like the type of guy to do something just for the sake of doing it. I really do think, why would he want to play? Like, what was the point of him re-signing with San Jose during a pandemic? Instead, he could sit in his house in San Jose and live his life and do whatever he wants. But no, he wanted to beat Gordie Howe's record to prove a point.
That's seriously, Alex. That's one of the worst tweets that has ever existed on hockey Twitter, sports Twitter. That's bad.